Hello and welcome to the desk of Fust 2005. This is my first unboxing video, so please bear with me if I make a lot of mistakes, but I just got this new device and it's kind of a useful one. It's called the TappLock one. It is the smart padlock. So instead of a combination lock or one that you use with a key, this one uses fingerprint, Bluetooth, and also a third option of a Morse Code that you input into the lock when you set it up. So this is the box that it comes in. Pretty standard. Top just comes off. The cool thing that I saw right away is that they keep all of the moisture out of it with the silicone bag. So definitely do not eat, as it says in there. So don't eat that. So it's pretty basic. It's just the lock here. So you take it out of the box. It's actually pretty heavy. I weighed it a little bit ago and it was 0.8 of a pound. So it's almost a pound, and it is a very heavy lock. So it's not a cheap plastic or anything. It's pretty good metal. I forget which kind it is. Some sort of aluminum or titanium alloy. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. You got the fingerprint sensor here, an LED light on the bottom. You have the power button and also a magnetic charging port. This helps with keeping it water resistant. It is IP66, I think is what it is, which just means that it's water resistant and it isn't waterproof. Another way you can kind of tell is they do, this is an addition to what they had before. They had to put a cover on it, and that was kind of bad for trying to get the lock open and get it off of whatever you put it on. So they didn't used to have these, but they now have these rubber gaskets to kind of keep rain out. So it can be used outside. It is rated also with an operating range temperature of 14 degrees to 140 degrees Celsius. So if you live in a really cold climate, like if it gets into negative temperatures at any time during the winter, this probably isn't the lock for you to use outside, at least. But hopefully you're not going to be using it in 140 degrees unless it's in a vehicle of some sort. So basically that's what comes in the box. It does come with a user guide, very short piece of documentation. Kind of gives you a quick start guide of how to set it up, what the different parts are, what the different modes are. So let's put this over here for a second. Get rid of the box. So it comes in it functions three different ways. So the main one being fingerprint mode. So that's the fingerprint sensor. And then you can also use it in Bluetooth mode via the app. I'm going to start the app up real quick here. So it's a pretty simple app. There are some bugs. I am a software tester, so I've found quite a few actually. I am not testing this product. I bought this of my own volition, just because I liked the system and how it worked. So the second mode that it uses is Bluetooth. So you can connect it via Bluetooth. So I have already charged it up to get into the fingerprint mode. Actually, and then the third mode is the Morse code, which you most likely are going to use if the battery dies, or you lost your finger for some reason. I don't know. But how I would use the Morse code option would be if I don't have my phone, the battery's dead, or if the fingerprint sensor is not working for some reason. It's basically a redundant system to make sure you can get into the lock. So, how you get into the fingerprint mode, just push the power button once here, and then whatever finger you use, there it goes. Just opened up, and you can use however many. It can store up to apparently 500 fingerprints. So this would be good for if you have this on a gate or some sort of door, and you want to give everybody access to an area of your business or something. Then you could store as many different fingerprints as you needed. Another way you can use this is you can give people temporary access. You can give them shared access here in the app. So you can add a person. They will need to download the app for themselves, and then you can give them access. They can use their fingerprint, or they can use their phone via Bluetooth. However you want to set it up, that's how it works. So there's a lot of different things. You can see the history, who opened it, when. So as you can see in here, it gives you all the times that I opened the lock today, via Bluetooth and also via fingerprints, if it downloads. And so it does. It is using a battery in here, and on a 2-hour charge it is supposed to last a year. So I guess in the next year I'll come back and tell you if it's working correctly. But based on the other reviews you'll find on YouTube, after 6 months of use, it's only 85% battery. And the way you check the battery is you got to attach it connect it via Bluetooth, which is two presses on the power button. You'll know it's in Bluetooth because the blue light comes on here. And so it is connected now. So I go into the app here, and it tells you that it is 95%. It does come fully charged. I've been messing around with it quite a bit. Usually you're not going to lock it and unlock it multiple times, as many times as I've done it a day. But we'll see how the battery lasts and if it lives up to the hype. So you can unlock it via Bluetooth with the unlock button here on the top. It says unlock. Press it and it unlocks again. And so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the lock here. The other setting, and there's lots of other settings you can do. You can name it whatever you want. Gate lock or whatever. You can upgrade the firmware. There's going to probably be upgrades as technology advances. So it's always good to upgrade all of your devices to the latest firmware, because there's security things. So the same thing with something that you use for security. You want to keep the firmware up to date. You can set up the Morse code option, which I have done. And the way you get into that, get out of the app. You can actually shut it off by long pressing the power button until it goes to sleep. You can also just let it sit there and it will shut off, especially with the fingerprint sensor. Yeah, let's do that just real quick here. So it does go off as soon as you unlock, and it doesn't come back on. So that's how it saves battery and how it lasts, so how the battery lasts so long. But say your battery is your battery is dead, or you don't have your phone, or the fingerprint sensor is not working for some reason. So what you can do is you can go into Morse Code mode, which is 3 presses on the power button, and it goes into this green light. And I will do the first bit of the Morse code because I don't want to give everybody my Morse code, of course. But as you can see, it shut off after 10 seconds of me blabbering here. So we'll go back to Morse code mode, and we'll go off camera here and do part of the code. And so if you long press, it'll go, that's the long code for your Morse code, and then if you short press, it turns a different color. And so that was the end of my Morse code. You can make it as long as you want, and you unlocked it via Morse code. So that's pretty much the lock. I can give you a better look on the inside here. You can kind of see the rubber gasket here. It does mold with the latch here. So you snap it back into place, and it's a pretty good lock. Like I'm pulling on it pretty good. It's supposed to be pry resistant, cut resistant. I haven't tested it out yet. Obviously, probably not going to, but apparently there's an alarm on here. So if somebody does try to break it without activating the unlock sequence, then an alarm will go off. I don't know how loud that alarm is, but there are YouTube videos that show people kind of testing this out. They have a lot of money to spend, or they get these things for free. This is not a free review. I have purchased this product and I'm reviewing it for everyone to see. I would recommend it at this time. I will probably come back and do a short 6-month review of it and see how the battery is doing, as well as a year out to see if the battery actually lasted that long. But basically, there is a cord that comes with it. This is just a magnet, as I said. Let me grab that real quick. So basically, it just has a connector here, and it's just magnetic. It's not a very strong magnet, so you're gonna have to lay it here. But it does charge in about 2 hours, and so far I think it's a good investment. Great for where I'm going to be using it at the gym, or if you have a school locker or something. This would be a good option, so you don't have to remember a combination or any type of have any type of key. So there you have it, TappLock. TappLock 1. You can buy it online. I'll provide the link below. Thanks.